what's up? It's Danielle. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a plan with me monthly. Now, if you recall before, my monthly spread was actually like in list form. Decided that I can't really deal with that anymore. I had to go back to my old ways. So with the amount of space that I like to have on my monthly spreads, I actually decided to just print it on regular size printer paper, just 8.5 by 11 in the landscape orientation. And honestly, this is what I probably feel most comfortable with. And if you want me to be honest, I'm kind of going back to my roots, as I like to say, in terms of my planner inserts. So I did add a little something on the side right here, which I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys right now. So I am actually doing zone cleaning, and I've been doing this for a couple months now, and I really do feel like it helps quite a bit with keeping everything clean when, you know, it could be going to total crap. So I actually went ahead and I typed in, you know, what zone I'm supposed to be working on for whatever week it is. And then GT is just for me to list out my grocery total, just so that I can, you know, keep better track of my expenses and my finances. So anyways, I'm going to do the entire thing with you guys from start to finish. And then later on in the video, I'm actually going to show y'all my updated inserts. I know I just came out with a video on them like literally 2 weeks ago, but 2 to 3 weeks ago, but I don't know. I'll explain that when I get to it. So anyways, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ARC hole punch. And I didn't bother to buy the large hole punch, first of all, because I don't feel like spending $50 on a punch. But also because if I ever want to switch back to my Filofax, then, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I just wasted all this money on all this ARC stuff. So I'm just, you know, trying to save money, and I'm trying to be a little bit more on the frugal side. So I'm just trying to line this up right now, and ta-da. Now what I really should have done is put down the washi first, but I'm actually going to do that now. So this is the washi that I'm going to be using. It's kind of like a deep orange kind of color, like, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to describe, but I would say like a deeper orange type thing, and then it has really pretty designs on it. So this is always the color that I think of when I think of the month of August. So anyways, I wanted this to be more of like a chit chat type plan with me, because first of all, I haven't done one of these in like eons. But also because I find these to be sort of relaxing, and, you know, you can kind of get a little bit more out of the video if it was just, you know, me like showing you guys what it ends up looking like in the end, you know what I mean? So let me see, I'm just gonna grab my scissors now. So I am actually on vacation right now, thank God, and I've had quite a bit of time to relax, and, you know, I'm a lot more at peace, and I feel like I can kind of get back to where I was last year. If you guys have been with me for that long, you know that last year I went ham on my planner stuff, and I haven't really been able to do that this year because my stress has been through the roof, and unfortunately when I'm super stressed out, it tends to hinder my creativity. So it's not intentional by any means, but certainly does happen. So anyways, I really need to like go back to Staples or Office Depot, Office Max, whatever, and get some 28-pound paper that is like in a full ream, because the 8.5 by 5.5 sheets that I use for my inserts, I, have that in the 28-pound paper, but the paper that I'm using right now is just regular, like standard Staples copy paper, and you can see it's like really see-through. It's really flimsy, which is honestly why I'm reinforcing it, which I would have done that regardless, because it's not cardstock, but still I just want to make sure that it lasts. So what you're gonna see me doing is you're gonna see me kind of, like I said before, reverting back to what I've always known. And for me, that actually involves stamps. So as you guys know, I really am not a fan of the whole sticker thing. I do like the idea of using planner stickers, but in my head, I can't bring myself to buy them or to use them, because I think that it's kind of a waste of money. It's like a one and done type thing, which a lot of people do not share the same thought process. So that's actually how I got into stamping in the first place. Was I didn't want to be spending my money on, all of these types of planner stickers, although I would like to, but I just can't bring myself to do it. So anyways, that's why, if you're wondering, I never really use planner stickers unless they're like unless they're like $1 or whatever. So far, that's what I have. Now, I actually already filmed this before, but I don't know. I didn't like how it turned out, and I wanted to incorporate my stamps again. So I'm actually going to be rounding my corners now. This is just by Fiskars, and this is actually the one that I used to use when I only used cardstock for my inserts. So the only bad thing about it though is sometimes it does that. So I actually have to round that off. But yeah, like I said before, I am on vacation right now, and I could not be happier. I'm not at work. I don't have to be all stressed out, and life is good. So something that I've heard a lot of people in the planner community talking about is they're already getting ready for fall, like in terms of their stickers and whatnot. And personally, I'm so pumped for fall to get here, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, y'all are jumping the gun a little bit. So I don't know. I guess it's just personal preference, but see, that's what I'm talking about, this thing. I just haven't gotten a good punch off of this for this entire paper. It's kind of starting to annoy me. Maybe there's something jammed in there. I don't really know. Yeah, there has to be something jammed in there, I bet. Okay, anyways, my corners are rounded, and let's see. Okay, so now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use some of my stamps. So this is just like a little like bathroom tray or whatever that I got at Target last year, and I didn't buy it with the intention of putting my stamps on it, but I thought that it might be a good idea. I like it because I can see what the stamps are. So generally this is what I do when I prep for any kind of stamping that I'm doing. I'll take out all the stamps that I need and I will actually put them on this. And then I figure out what block I need. I have a ton of different stamping blocks because, you know, that's what happens when you let your obsessions take over your life for like 3 years. So I'm going to use my favorite, which is this little guy. And I believe this is by Inkadinkado, which personally is one of my favorite, can't talk right now. One of my favorite stamp companies. Oops. Okay. So I think that because there's already some color that's going to be on here, what with this washi and then the washi I'm going to lay down in a second, I probably shouldn't have a lot of colors going on. And I'm not trying to keep things like muted or whatever, but you know, I'm also trying not to have them super colorful, so probably something like in the middle. So I'm going to mark off my vacation days with this color orange. It's kind of like a creamsicle. And obviously this is only the month of August. So my vacation technically started on July 29th. So let me just do this. So I have to admit, I actually was going to sell all of my stamps, like all the rubber stamps that I have and the photopolymer ones. I was prepared to sell all of them. And I keep going back and forth between whether I should and whether I shouldn't. Because honestly, the way I think of it is like it's extra space that it's taking up in my apartment. But at the same time, stamps only take up so much space. Like I have clothing that takes up way more. So I don't know, maybe I'll just keep them. And also, I don't know if you guys are stampers, but I found this out last year when I joined a stamp group on Facebook that I'm no longer a part of. You can actually insure all of your stamps. Like, I'm not even kidding. That's a thing. And I had no idea. This lady shared a post and was like, oh my God, like you can actually insure all of your stamps. Obviously, it depends on how much you have, but like the ladies that I was talking to in this group, they have like entire rooms devoted to stamping. And I'm like, I like stamps, but I don't know if I like them that much. You know what I mean? So my vacation time is on there. I really like how this looks. You know, it's like contrasting oranges. So next, I'm going to actually start using the stamps. So what I'm going to start with is just the things that happen every single week that are always the same, that I really don't need to be putting on here, but that I like to put on here because it keeps me motivated. So the first thing that I'm gonna put on there is actually my paydays. So like I said, I want to keep things a little bit more muted. So I'm just going to use my black Hampton Art ink, which I don't know if they stopped selling this or what, but I can't find it anywhere now. Like I can't even find it at Joann's, can't find it at Michael's, which I think I originally found it at Michael's. So I'm kind of like mad about that, but whatever, what you gonna do? I need to stop saying that because every time I say it, I'm like so tempted to say what you gonna do with all that junk inside that trunk. Anybody who is a child from the early 2000s / the 90s will understand what I'm talking about. So every Tuesday, let me just move that. And honestly, the reason why I like this ink like better than a lot of the other ones is because it stamps so cleanly. Like if I were to use a tiny stamp like this, but use it with different ink, it would probably come out like spotty and like warped and whatever. So now I'm just taking a baby wipe and just wiping off the extra ink. And then it's gonna go back on the little thing. So far, all I have on here are paydays and vacations. So now I need to include my dad's birthday. Oops. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna leave that in the black ink as well. Because like I said, I'm trying to have things more muted and I don't need to be having 3,000 different colors. I don't even know if that's gonna work. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. Cute little birthday cake, which that stamp came from a set by, I think it's Recollections from Michaels. So there's that. And now I just need to track one more thing before I start putting on all of the different bills. I like to track my bills on my monthly. Not so much because I forget, but it's just because it helps me to see everything as a whole. So I think it was Tuesday that I ordered a giant water bottle online. It's like 2.2 liters. And when you convert that to ounces, it's like 72 ounces. So for me, that's absolutely perfect because I tend to drink water like a fish. So, let's see. Gotta start with rent and electric. Trying to see what else I have on here. Oh, some of the other ones that I have are for my zone cleaning. So let's see. Just trying to situate these. And honestly, I think the ones that have the grid on the blocks are personally the best. So I explained a little bit how I got into stamping in my planner, but honestly, the biggest influence that I had was a lady. I don't know her name, but she still has her channel up even though she hasn't posted anything since like last year. And her channel name is called My Purpley Life. I found her, I think, way back in 2014, and I actually ordered a Filofax because of her, and she was pretty much the reason why I got into stamping. So if you're interested, go check her out. Her videos might be a little bit on the older side, but they're still good. So let me see. Car payment is next. Okay. So this is something that I really enjoy, but if you guys have been with me since last year, I really don't like to stamp on my daily or weekly spreads, just because it gets to be a little cumbersome, especially with how much I like to put on there. So I think I'm gonna keep stamping, but I'm just gonna keep it to my monthly and then, you know, like semi-annual and annual. So let's see what comes after that. I don't have one for student loans, which sucks. So I'm actually gonna have to like write that in or something, or maybe I do have a stamp for that. I don't know, we'll find out. But where's the insurance one? Here we go. So anyways, I don't know about you guys, but I am so pumped for fall. I'm definitely more of a fall type girl, person, whatever, than anything else, because I don't know, I just think it's a lot more fun and you're not sweating your ass off. It's right before Christmas, and Christmas is like my favorite time of the year. And actually, I'm already planning to use my vacation days. So when I started my job last year, I actually started on the 27th of November. So I pretty much have to use up my vacation time before November 27th comes along again. So pretty much right after Christmas, my vacation is going to be like 2 weeks again. Like, it'll be renewed. So I'm thinking of just like blowing my entire vacation at home and just like being at home for 2 weeks and doing absolutely nothing but hanging out with my mama and, you know, enjoying Houston again, not having to be in like the poopy snow, being with my baby cats. Okay, I'm trying to think, what else am I missing? Internet, where'd that one go? Here we go. So I don't plan on doing a plan with me monthly every month for you guys, because literally you're just gonna see me doing the same stuff every single time, and I'm pretty sure you guys would not be into that. Like, I know that the decorations would be different, like it's gonna start getting more extreme as we get into fall and winter, especially towards Christmas, but you know, it's pretty much just gonna be me writing out like, or me stamping out like all my bills and birthdays and whatever. It's not the most riveting thing in the world, at least not in my opinion. But if you guys want to see a monthly plan with me every single month, please let me know in the comments below, because I will gladly do that for y'all. So now I'm actually going to fill in the zones over here. You know, it's kind of funny. I just realized that I didn't really get into stamping like hardcore until I was in my very last semester of college. Because I remember it like it was yesterday. I was just buying everything off of Studio L2E's website. Good times. Good times. Let's see, where's bathroom? I think that's it. So other things that I do include on my monthly that I can't put on here right now, well, one of them I can, but the other one I can't. I like to track like my period and also when I post a video for y'all. That's personally my favorite thing to track, just so that I can kind of gauge when I need to post again. So I think you guys can understand that. I really should have stamped kitchen twice because I have it on here twice, because this month takes up like 5 weeks. So whatever. Let's see, zone 3 is bedroom. So anyways, I don't know if you guys have plans for the fall, but I'm actually going to try and get out more. I think it's funny, like the weather is going to start getting worse, like slowly but surely, and I'm going to be out there like having a whale of a good time. And everybody else is like probably going to try to be inside more. Okay. I really want to go to a haunted house because I haven't done that in, gosh, I can't remember how long it's been. I think it's been since 2015. I went with my best friend and our other friends. It has been forever, my gosh. All right, so this is what I have on here for right now. I'm actually going to take a little Post-it and I'm going to start one for what's happening next month. So I do have the month of September already printed out, but I haven't even punched it yet because I don't know what I want to use as far as washi is concerned. So right now it's just kind of like hanging out with my other inserts. So let's see, my mama is coming to visit me. And that is from the 2nd to the 6th. I need to use what we call comp days. On the 6th, so I don't have to be at work that day and I can hang out with my mama. So anyways, that is all that I have for the month of August. One last thing that I am going to write in though, actually two. Let's see, I have to write in student loan payment. And then also want to write in when I hit my 9-month mark at work. All right, so that is everything for my monthly. Now I'm going to share my new weekly inserts with you guys. And if you watched my previous updated inserts, I think I posted it like 2 weeks ago. This should look, well, the idea is pretty much the same, but it's slightly different. So I'll explain it to you guys as soon as I get them out of here. I still have them all in my planner. Okay, so if you recall, I did say that I am trying to go back to my old insert ways, I guess you could say, which I personally believe is accurate. So if you guys have been with me for a while, this should look pretty familiar. These are the types of inserts that I used to have before I started like changing everything up And this was pretty much like my go-to layout when I still was using my Follow-Facts last year before I went on the whole ARC journey. So this is still kind of a work in progress, but this is essentially what I want it to be. So, this, you know, everything is in Spanish and Italian. Big surprise there. So every week I have a top 4. So it's like the top 4 things that are happening. And I try not to include like bills and stuff like that on here because those don't really apply. And I feel like since they happen all the time and they're recurrent, you know, it's really kind of pointless to waste this space by writing in bills that I have. So I put my dad's birthday, vacation, and then what zone I'm on for zone cleaning, and then, you know, whatever else I have to do. So I have to mail my dad's birthday card, and also I need to mail my cousin's graduation card. I do have a little section right here for meal planning. So, you know, it's just kind of a way for me to not really plan it out pretty much, but like to kind of see what I did and what I didn't follow. And then there's a little line up here for the grocery total. So like how much I spent on groceries for this week. And then right here, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this area, so I just put a quote there. And as you guys know, I'm not the most religious person, but I felt like this quote from the Bible definitely spoke to me this week, so I decided to put it in there. And then I think this is the caterpillar from, what is it, from Alice in Wonderland. I don't know, kind of looks like a weird like sushi roll or something. And then on my daily sections, it's kind of the same idea. I have the top 3 for the day. So if anything, I have to accomplish these 3 things. And then, you know, the rest is just kind of like if I get to it, although I do always try to get to it. And then this little area right here, I'm using for one grateful thought every single day. So on Sunday, I was grateful for sleep because I really needed it. And I am still highlighting everything using my Zebra mild liners. I just switch out the color every single week, depending on, you know, what I'm feeling. So this was from yesterday. I'm filming this on Tuesday the 31st, in case you're wondering. So my other thought was there's no way I'm going to be able to, first of all, fill in to-dos all the way through both sides. So I think just one side will suffice. So maybe over here I could put like notes or something. I'm honestly thinking that that might be a good idea. So I'm probably going to end up doing that. But I like it because, you know, sometimes the to-do that you have, you know, you need to write notes with it. So whatever. Just my thought process. So I like this because it still has my weekly overview, which you guys know I was such a big fan of. And I am still kind of trying to keep the, you know, like what I had before, which I felt like this kept me so organized. So if you guys remember, I can show you, I guess, but I can't show you one that's filled out. So these are my old inserts, and I would put the categories up here. So I still loved that idea, but I wanted to have it in a different format. So this is kind of like my weekly to-dos at a glance, and they're still divided into categories. So I still have home, action and bills, zone cleaning, projects, my channel, and then like dinner plans, miscellaneous, and then whatever's coming up for next week. So This is just kind of a way for me to keep on top of what needs to get done, but it's also kind of forcing me to prioritize a little bit more because there's not as much room to write everything on here as there was with the with the previous insert. The other thing that I did was I made this front to back so that I can refer back to it, 2 weeks at a time, so that when I go to plan next week, I can look at the past week and be like, okay, so what didn't I get done? What do I need to migrate? What still needs to be done? So, just stuff like that. And I'm really honestly liking how this turned out. I think I'm gonna stick with this. I really feel like I'm gonna stick with this. But this is what I was talking about in terms of my inserts when I said that I'm kind of reverting back to what I had in the past. This is what I'm comfortable with. I think I used this layout for, I don't know, probably the longest period of time between my Filofax and the ARC planner that I've been in since like the beginning of this year. So I think I'm just going to stick with this because it's apparent that it does work for me. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and, seeing some of the changes. I know my last couple of videos were not received very well. That's the thing I love about YouTube is people aren't afraid to tell you when they hate your shit. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
We are